Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into ECE's virtual orientation. To get things started, I should introduce myself. My name is Branson, and I am the current head of the ECE department's Undergraduate Student Council. For this orientation, I'd like to give you guys something that I would have loved to have when I first came to UCSD, a quick tour through our Jacobs Hall, the headquarters of our ECE department, both faculty, professors, and students alike. In other words, our ECE family. Without further ado, on my end, let's commence, starting at the bottom floor and going to the top. The basement of Jacobs Hall. Now, the basement of Jacobs is quite the intimidating labyrinth, but let's clear some important spaces to get you started on navigating this labyrinth. First, the ECE Makerspace is a prototyping lab complete with 3D printers, a laser cutter, and soldering stations, among other components necessary for just building things. The Makerspace also provides students sort of a home base to acquire and hone hands-on prototyping skills by enrolling in one of the many hands-on engineering classes offered, or by joining one of the ECE student org project teams. Next, the IDEA engineering learning communities. I'll deal with the IDEA organization a little bit later, but first let's dive into where the engineering learning communities are held. These communities are an extra resource for you when you need some extra help and or practice with the beginning engineering courses, such as the Math 20 series, the Chem 6 series, and the Physics 2 series, for examples. The first floor of Jacobs Hall. Climbing up the elevator is the floor that you naturally entered Jacobs Hall in. Here are the key areas you'll find on the first floor of Jacobs Hall. First, the IDEA Engineering Student Center. IDEA, or Inclusion, Diversity, Excellence, and Achievement Organization, is the host of not just ECE, but the entire engineering community, bringing students a diverse student body at Jacobs School of Engineering, increasing retention and graduation rates among our diverse engineering students, and providing student-centered services that promote academic success, and also promoting a supportive and inclusive environment for all engineering students. Next up is our Qualcomm Conference Center. This is the main hub for most ECE-related events, both from faculty and student org events. So don't be surprised when the location on one of the events you want to go to is Qualcomm Conference Center. Lastly, the Corporate Affiliates Program Center. Here you can find the basically one-stop shop of everything to get yourself immersed in with industry here with the team internship program and co-op programs being provided, and just general job and industry resources are available. The second floor of Jacobs Hall. Continuing our journey through Jacobs Hall, we arrive at the second floor, both accessible by elevator and the staircase you'll find on the first floor. What you'll find on this floor includes the Student Affair Office and Henry Booker Room. Now, when you have a question regarding your major, and I mean any question about your ECE major, be it how to become engaged in the ECE family, where and who to connect with for professional development, or even if your four-year plan is tip-top shape, the Student Affairs Office is your saving grace to have those burning questions answered. Next, the Henry Booker Room is the close second place in the most frequent location student and faculty use for their events. Such events range immensely from karaoke socials to professional panels, and even the infamous Coffee with Professors event, where you get to know your ECE professors better in a much more comfortable setting than a classroom. The third floor of Jacobs Hall. Now we are on the third floor. Here on this floor is the Project in a Box workspace. The Project in a Box, or otherwise known as PIB, is UC San Diego's premier engineering project development organization. PIB makes projects that impact student engineering education, and their mission is to provide hands-on projects for students and empower them with skills to thrive in a globally competitive workforce. Here at the workspace is where their members usually create those projects. The fourth floor of Jacobs Hall. Going up to the fourth floor, you can find first the IEEE workspace. If IEEE doesn't ring a bell, the UCSD Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers is the UCSD college chapter of this global organization of electrical engineering people who strive to provide opportunities to students both at UC San Diego and the larger STEM community to gain hands-on experience with autonomous robotics and its various disciplines. Moreover, there is also the HCAN Lounge. HCAN, or Eta Kappa Nu, is the International Honor Society of IEEE organization. While being an exclusive community for their members, they strive to provide free tutoring and host a variety of workshops and events to promote technical, professional, and academic development for everyone. Also, they have a vending machine in their lounge, so it's worth checking out. The fifth floor of Jacobs Hall. Scaling to the fifth floor of Jacobs, the spot to remember there is the ECE Tutoring Center. Like I mentioned before, the HKN chapter here leads this tutoring center where you can come and get your questions about your ECE major classes concepts answered. Believe me when I say they helped me with my ECE 45 grade. The seventh floor of Jacobs Hall. And last, but mostly definitely not least in terms of time taken to get there, we have arrived at the seventh floor of Jacobs Hall. While this is in no way the place to get your questions answered, but on the seventh floor, you can visit the fallen star you always see when entering Jacobs Hall. When I was able to enter the mesmerizing architecture of a building, you could only do so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but now I am a bit unsure if that has changed or not due to COVID-19 restrictions. But nonetheless, it is always fascinating to view the fallen star from the inside of Jacobs Hall on floor 7. With that, marks the end of my tour of Jacobs Hall. Hopefully you guys found some of these resources inside interesting and are curious enough to check them out. And if you guys are still here after all my talking, then I should give you a little bit of a reward. For any of those resources that you have found interesting, I have put a link down below in the description of their homepage to learn more on getting more involved with them. Thank you for, again, coming to the ECE orientation, and stay healthy.